Today, we're going to look at the Cloud Console. CockroachDB Cloud is a fully managed service built to help you standardize upon one platform, simplify your infrastructure, and save money with on-demand pricing. Let's explore each of the plans, their differences, their strengths, and why you might want to consider each depending on your workload. There are 3 plans to choose from: Basic, Standard, and Advanced. Basic is great for kicking the tires of CockroachDB. You can start for free and you're only charged on what you use. If your usage drops to 0, so does your billing. Let's go through the steps of creating a basic cluster and what it can offer us. You can install a basic cluster on either GCP or AWS. You select your regions, up to 6 in the case of basic clusters. You set a primary region and then head over to capacity. If you don't select a capacity, your cluster won't have a limit. It will be an unlimited cluster, or you set a monthly limit, at which point your cluster will become throttled. And next, finalize. Give your cluster a name and create. The next tier is Standard. This is somewhere between Basic and Advanced, and we recommend it for most production applications. With this plan, you get provisioned capacity, which provides guarantees as to the amount of compute your cluster has available to it, and also the bill that you can expect to receive at the end of the month. At this level, you get access to private connectivity via AWS Private Link and GCP Private Service Connect. You can export metrics to AWS CloudWatch, Datadog, and Prometheus, and you can control your version upgrades. Let's go through the process of creating a standard cluster and what it can offer us. Like with Basic, you can run across GCP or AWS, and you can configure up to 6 regions to run across. Unlike Basic, you set a provisioned capacity, starting from 2 vCPUs all the way up to 60 vCPUs. Click Finalize, give your cluster a name, and create. We created the standard plan for users who need guarantees as to the performance characteristics of their cluster, but don't necessarily need dedicated hardware. Finally, we have the advanced tier. With this plan, you define the scale of your cluster through node count and node size. You can run your clusters across all the 3 main hyperscalers. As with standard, you get private connectivity and metric exports. You can control your upgrades. With multi-region clusters, you can expect up to 5 nines of availability, and you can enable CMEX, customer managed encryption keys, and PCI and HIPAA compliance. Let's go through the steps of creating an advanced cluster to see what that can offer us. You can run advanced clusters across GCP, AWS, and Microsoft Azure. You can scale your cluster per region all the way up to 50 nodes. You can add an arbitrary number of regions. Next, you choose the capacity for your nodes, anywhere from 2 vCPUs per node all the way up to 32 vCPUs per node. You select an amount of storage per node, and then define the security characteristics. Enabling the advanced security features enable CMEX and egress perimeter controls, giving you fine-grained access as to what your cluster can connect to in the outside world, bolstering the security of your cluster. Go to Finalize, give your cluster a name, select a version, and create. Customers who are new to CockroachDB Cloud can enjoy $400 in free credits to help them get started with their CockroachDB Cloud journey.